Juan Diego was born in 1474 in a country village near Mexico City known in his native language, Nahuatl, as the place of the eagles. His was called the Talking Eagle. Juan Diego lived during the time Spain invaded Mexico City, when Hernando Cortez, the conquistador from Spain, defeated Emperor Montezuma. Mexico City then became the possession of King Charles V of Spain.
A few Franciscan friars had come with the soldiers from Spain, hoping to convert the Aztecs to Christianity. But the cruelty of the soldiers made it impossible for the Aztecs to believe in the God of the Spaniards. Talking Eagle was one of the few natives who converted to the Christian faith. He and his wife were baptized in the year 1527 and received their new Christian names, Juan Diego and Maria Lucia. 2 years later, Juan Diego moved in with his uncle Juan Bernardino, who needed someone to help care for him.
Our story begins on a cold winter's morning. It is Saturday, December 9th, 1531, 10 years after the conquest of Mexico City. Setting up before dawn, Juan Diego began his long walk to the city. He was on his way to Mass and catechism instruction. As Juan Diego passes before Tepeyac Hill, he hears heavenly music with many rare birds singing.
At first, Juan thought he must be dreaming. After all, it was so early in the morning. He fixed his gaze on Tepeyac Hill from where the celestial music was coming toward him. When the song ended and all was quiet, Juan saw a beautiful lady standing in a bright light. The lady spoke to him.
Juanito, Juan Dieguito.
Juan Diego dared to approach the mysterious lady who was bathed in light.
Juan Diego marveled at her exquisite loveliness. Bowing before her, his heart overflowing with love, she asked him,
My precious son, where are you going?
My little daughter, I'm going to Mexico City to learn the fine things of a priest there.
Know and be certain in your heart, my precious son, that I am the ever Virgin, Holy Mary, Mother of the one true God, who created heaven and earth. I ardently desire that my hermitage be built in this place. In it I will show my people all my love, my compassion, my hope, and my protection. I am your merciful mother and the mother of all the nations of this earth. I am the mother of all who will place their confidence in me. I will hear their laments, remedy, and cure all their miseries, misfortunes, and sorrows. Go to the Bishop of Mexico and tell him my desire, that he build a home right here for me, a temple on this plain. Tell him of all you have seen, heard, and admired. Be absolutely certain that in gratitude for all your trouble, I will repay you well.
Yes, my little daughter, I will go to the bishop, your request.
Juan Diego hurried along Mexico City. As he came closer to the bishop's palace, his heart grew discouraged.
He's running across.
Juan Diego arrived, he knocked timidly on the bishop's door.
Discipline at home.
One of the servants answered, but would not let Juan Diego come inside.
Who are you? What do you want?
I'm Juan Diego. I've come to deliver a message to His Excellency, Bishop Zamorano.
Do you have an appointment? His Excellency is too busy for the likes of you.
Please, I must speak with them.
Things haven't changed.
This message is very important.
Oh, it's important, Dad. Then wait here until he calls for you.
Juan Diego waited outside almost the entire day, feeling very small, unimportant, and afraid. Finally, late in the afternoon, the bishop called for him. Kneeling before the bishop,
There he is. That's the bishop.
Kneeling before the bishop, seated in his chair, Juan
That puts him
Diego
off.
began to tell all he had seen and heard that morning from the beautiful lady. Bishop Zumarraga listened carefully to Juan Diego's story. Then he said,
My son, you must come another time. First, I must examine all you have told me.
Juan Diego left the bishop feeling disheartened and misunderstood. In his sadness and disappointment, he sets out for home. Coming to the foot of Tepeyac Hill, Juan Diego looked up and could hardly believe his eyes. Standing there waiting for him was the beautiful Virgin. Looking at her filled his heart and soul with joy. The lady's royal dignity reminded him of an Aztec princess.
Juanito, what did the bishop say?
My lady, please do not get angry, but the bishop did not believe me. No one would believe the word of an Indian peasant. No one would think of me as a messenger for the royal queen of heaven. I'm too small, too poor, too weak. It's an angel or a prince, anybody except for me, Juan Diego.
Juanito, there are many I might send. I have at my beck and call the great of earth and the blessed in heaven. I have called you, the littlest to hearers, to deliver a message to the bishop. It is absolutely necessary that you go personally, that through you my desire be realized.
School down.
Back to the bishop tomorrow. Tell him I desire a church to be built in my honor on this hill. Then come back here and let me know his answer.
My lady, I will not cause your heart pain. Tomorrow morning I will go to the bishop with a good heart and return with his answer.
It is early Sunday morning, December 10th, 1531, when Juan Diego went into the city for Mass and catechism class. Afterwards, with a happy heart, he begins his walk to the bishop's palace. It is early Sunday morning, December 10th, 1531, when Juan Diego went to the city for Mass and catechism class. Afterwards, with a happy heart, he begins his walk to the bishop's palace.
Have you come here again?
Oh,
Why do you bother the bishop with your petty concerns, Juan Diego? He has no time for you.
please, I must speak with him. It's important.
Tell it to me, and I will tell him your message.
No, I'm to deliver it to him personally.
Then you will wait here until he calls for you.
Servants made him wait outside a long time, just as the day before. Anxiously waiting, Juan Diego followed.
While the Mother of God chooses a small, poor person like me as her messenger. While the Mother of God chooses a small, poor person like me as her messenger. While the Mother of God chooses a small, poor person like me as her messenger.
When the bishop finally learned that Juan Diego was waiting outside, he called for him. Upon entering the bishop's parlor, Juan Diego knelt at his feet and said,
The lady came to me again on Tepeyac Hill, and she requests that you a church in her honor on Tepeyac Hill.
Tell the lady I must have a sign truly proving she is the Mother of God. I must have this proved before I can fulfill her request.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Bishop Zumarraga was silent, reflecting for a while. Finally, he spoke. Dragging steps, Juan Diego made his way home. He thought to himself,
Who am I to ask the royal queen of heaven for a sign?
Juanito, what did the bishop say this time?
My lady, please do not get angry, but the bishop did not believe me. He asks that you give him a sign that you're truly the mother of God.
Dear and faithful Juan Diegoto, your heart is good. Return tomorrow and I will give you a sign for the bishop. Tomorrow he will believe you.
My lady, I will not cause your heart pain. Tomorrow with a good heart, I will go to the bishop and return with his answer.
Hey, who's that? The girl. Indiana. Which one? The girl right there.
That night, when Juan Diego reached home, he found his uncle Juan Bernardino very sick. All through the night, Juan Diego cared for his poor, ailing uncle.
Is that necklace? There he is.
The next morning, December 11th, as he watched the sunrise, Juan Diego was sad to be unable to meet the lady as he promised. Uncle Juan Bernardino felt he was going to die.
My nephew, tomorrow is only Tuesday, and I'm afraid I'll die very soon. Please go to the city and find the priest.
Yes, uncle. Tomorrow morning, I'll go and get the priest. Now try and rest.
It was the morning of December 12, 1531. Before dawn, Juan Diego hurried to the village to get the priest for his dying uncle.
Soon after Juan Diego left their small house, the lady appeared to Juan Bernardino in his room.
Who's there?
Why did it pretend to do like that?
There's nothing to fear.
Why did it pretend like
I am your mother, perfect and ever Virgin Mary, mother of the one true God.
Please forgive me, for I am too weak to shed a lost child, and I like you dying. Please. But not before my nephew gets back with the holy priest.
Do not let your heart be disturbed, Luigito. You will not die from this illness. Arise and eat. There is food on the table. I will send your nephew on an errand to the Bishop of Mexico. Tomorrow, you too will speak my message to the bishop. You will tell him what you have seen and how you have been healed. And you will tell him that my name is Our Lady of Guadalupe.
You have filled me with so much love and life, my queen. I will tell everyone I meet what you have done. Afraid that he might see the lady on the way and be delayed, Juan Diego decided to take another road to the city, but the lady surprised him and came around the other way.
Standing in his path, she said to him sweetly, Juan Dieguito, where are you going?
My little daughter. Did you sleep well last night? Are you well today?
Are you trying to avoid me, Tito?
Please forgive me. My uncle is done. I'm going to get the priest. Afterwards, I'll meet you. I promise.
Isn't it the cell?
Do not let your heart be troubled or
Didn't tell
disturbed,
you.
Tito. Are you not in the cross of my
Where
arms
did you
and close to my lap, and under the loving protection
What's
of my
him?
handsome? Do not worry about the illness of your uncle. Do not worry any longer, for I have visited him. I tell you now, he is alive and well. You need not go for the priest.
Oh, my beautiful lady and mother, I'll do whatever you wish.
Go to the top of Tepeyac Hill. There you will find flowers growing. Gather as many as you can in the lap of your tilma and bring them to me.
When Juan Diego climbed up to Peg Hill, he was astonished to see roses growing in the dry, rocky soil.
They had some HB. Pretty cool. I
couldn't get down because it's too high.
got your name on.
In awe, he filled his tilma with the beautiful flowers and brought them to the lady. She carefully arranged the flowers in the folds of his tilma, then took its corners and tied the tilma around his neck. The lady looked at Juan Diego with tender love and said,
Go now to the bishop. Tell him this is the sign he asked for in order to fulfill my desire. Let no one see what you are carrying, my cherished one. Do not be afraid. Today the bishop will believe you.
Today the bishop will believe you. Today the bishop will believe you. Today the bishop will believe you.
The bishop. The children. Good job with the drug
While
rug.
running, Juan Diego arrived at the bishop's palace and knocked excitedly on the door. One of the servants answered and said gruffly,
Why are you always pestering the bishop? Say, what happened? What is that you have in your tilma?
That's a Juan Diego.
Why won't you show it to us? What are you hiding in there? Why can't we see it? Come, let us have a look.
one of the servants dared to reach his hand inside Juan Diego's tilma, hoping to discover its secrets. Remembering the lady's warning, Juan Diego clutched the tilma tightly to himself and briskly turned away.
Stop this foolishness. Juan Diego, please come in. I have been anxious to see you again. Your Excellency, the lady has given you a sign from Tepeyac Hill. My son, what do you have in your tilma? Oh, Holy Mother of God, this sign is far greater than what I asked of you.
In reply, Juan Diego let go of the ends of his tilma, revealing the contents.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
That's beautiful.
Just do we clap?
Maybe not.
Praises we sing, reign now in heaven with Jesus our King. Ave, Ave, Ave Maria. Ave, Ave Maria.
It's fine. Didn't rehearse that part.